Today was eventful. I actually am ever so slightly disappointed in myself because I know better than to... I actually agreed with myself that I would not put myself... Hello, Nick. That I actually wouldn't put myself in those toxic environments. And part of the reason that I don't come on is because this app, I don't know if it's the whole app or maybe it's just my algorithm. It's just the same old shit on a loop. Literally the same old things on a loop. The same behaviours. Nobody ever changes. And like I say, I get really frustrated with the whole thing. But today, very well, thank you, Joy. Dog is very good. But today, for some reason, I saw Angie in there. And here's what's very funny about the situation. Angie wanted all of that. She was running a live, opened up her boxes, and said, "Come into the box if you have an issue with me." Fast forward 5 to 10 minutes. And the cult are crying about how she's being bullied and how she's being disrespected. And I'm speaking on a look. I've seen the repost. Oh, and a repost. Bloody hell. I dread to think. I don't think I do come across well. That's just being honest with myself. Like, I know better than to... There's a certain way how I like to interact with those people. And due to the frustration of being muted and their inability to actually have a conversation, their inability to go one-on-one conversations, I didn't lose my temper at all. I lost composure of the situation because I started to troll. And I will, if I'm in a place, I will act the way I'm being treated. So you'll notice that I went in there in a certain way. I was calm, I was respectful, so on and so forth. That platform who pretend that they're being bully and disrespect people all the time. If you're going to bully and disrespect somebody and not treat somebody with respect, then you get the same back. Simple as. You want to talk to me in a certain way, you want to call me names, you want to be childish, I'll be childish. Thank you very much, Pill. Pick up yourself, bro. Let me know when you're doing another debate. I want to come through. If you want to act like a child, if you want to repeat yourself, if you want to fail to have a conversation, then I'm going to adapt to that situation and I'm going to become petty and childish like yourself, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Simple. If what's interesting is Angie wasn't doing any of the muting. That's interesting as well. Angie wasn't doing the muting. I kind of I don't respect her for that. But like, it's often her minions that do the things. And I find that when I actually have a conversation with Angie, you get the truth sometimes. And I find that more interesting. Hello, Days. How are we doing? Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even really want to come on after it, to be honest, because I don't want to be accused of... Because here's the narrative. It's going to be that you did that for clout and now you're coming online and, you know, you're here with your 79 people as Canadian Angie said. But let me sum this up, right? Canadian Angie said that I came in to clout chase because I only get 35 people in my lives. Let me tell you this. I would rather have 10, 15, 35 people in my space that are not arseholes, that are good people, that have brains in their head. I don't care about numbers. Let me tell you that now. I couldn't give a flying F about TikTok. And I think that's the problem. They're so used to dealing with people that TikTok is their entire life. They think that certain insults that they hurl out, are gonna affect me. It doesn't affect me. Do you know about your bit? Yes, I do. No, listen, art of protest. Let me tell you. Okay, so the situation with my mum and CLA, I don't watch that stuff. I don't watch it. That's the reason that I'm on live, is because other lives that I would join are probably watching that. I don't agree with it. People always turn to me and go, check your mum first. Blah, 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 blah. Do I look like the kind of person that doesn't give their opinion? There have been people in my lives that have seen me conversate with my mum. My mum's her own person. Respectfully, she could do whatever the hell she wants. I could say whatever I want to that woman. She's a grown woman. She can make her own choices. I think they have a friendship, some kind of friendship. I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it. But I know my mother. And because I know my mother, I know that it's genuine. So I couldn't really care less what anybody else has to say about her. She's a grown-ass woman, and she'll be friends with whoever she wants to be friends with. There's clearly something there that draws her to that woman. I can't relate, but that's my mum. I respect her decision. She can do whatever she wants. So to those people saying, check your mum, respectfully, no. That's my mother. I think I kind of wanted to come on as well before Canadian Angie, because I know that Canadian Angie's going to love this one. She's going to go on this one and she's going to go on a little rant and she's going to say all sorts of shit about me. And I don't think I'm going to watch it. She's an interesting one, isn't she, Canadian Angie? A very interesting one. She tried to spin the narrative. What's very interesting is when men on this app have an issue with a woman. Hello, Leash, sorry. It's rooted in misogyny, and it's me. The narrative that was spun is that I'm this angry guy who was attacking women left, right, and centre in the box. It's very interesting. That tactic doesn't run because people aren't stupid. There's people watching who know that that's not how it went. I wasn't there to attack women. I went in there on a level, and then Lynn's actually called me a word first. She called me a prick because she got in her feelings because I called her an extra. I called Lynn's an extra because she is an extra. She's irrelevant. She's attached to Angie. Nobody cares about Lynn's. Lynn's ain't popping up no lives. Lynn's doesn't do content. Lynn's is known for being cellmate's pen pal and being delusive Angie's friend. You're not relevant to me. And that's all I said. She clearly got in her feelings because she called me a prick. Your mum can do what she wants. Yeah. And also a lot of people that have spoke for my mum do the same thing with other creators. So I've stopped listening to that as well, because a lot of people who have critique for my mum are friends with other people on this app who are not the best. I also think that my mum cares. It's mad. She cares. I think she cares about CLA. I think that she can see what... I think Charming Villain actually said it recently that... again, it's people sending her alcohol. Now, if you're sent loads and loads of alcohol and you have an issue with drink, you're going to drink it. But I don't know why people are surprised that this woman's drinking alcohol. 1 second. You should have triggered her and brought up her ex. But here's the thing, Dakota. I'm not here to trigger anyone. I'm going to be honest. Like, those kind of low blows, I'm not here to do. It's not like a childish thing. Like, Canadian Angie, I was winding her up by singing in a Canadian accent because I knew that would wind her up. But equally, she came on that platform and disrespected my mum because she knows that I'll react to it. And do you want to know why she knows I'll react to that? Because I'll take you back to me and NJ host beefing. And this is why I'm going to open it out for you, yeah? When me and NJ beefed, you saw him say that apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, and you saw me get angry about that. You saw that. And what you thought you would do was you thought you would reenact that on Delusive Angie's stage, and I was going to react in the same way that I reacted to NJ to you on that platform and make me look like a weaker person and an aggressive man. That's what you tried to do. So let me wake that shit up. And here's the difference. I'm not disrespectful to women. Hence why I didn't react in the same way as NJ. Me and NJ are on a certain level that I can come to him in a certain way. That's a different disrespect. You doing it, it's just manipulative. People can see it. And I'll wake it up before you want to run your game later on tonight and claim how I just attack women and I it's funny, she said I was like disrespecting Delusive has it every single day on this app. Welcome, Delusive Angie, if that's you, welcome. She gets called things every single day on this app. I thought you were out tonight. No, I'm not out tonight. I had some work to do, which went really well. Thank you very much. I had some work, and it was good actually. It was good. If that is Angie, welcome Angie. Good to see you on another platform. Without the safety blanket of the cheerleaders. Now that you are here. I wanted to say that you said earlier on that you thought that I was, I find you entertaining and that's why I watch you. I just want you to know that that's not the reason why. Yeah, I said it earlier actually. I'll run my live back for you. I feel sorry for you. I genuinely feel sorry for you. And every single day I watch certain things, I wonder how a human being can do that to themselves. And I wait for the day when you genuinely sit there when TikTok's not on and you don't have people filling your head with shit, where you take a moment and you think to yourself, is this what I want my life to be? Yeah, thank you. Oh, shut up. Good. I'm glad that you're taking it for a joke. You're slowly unaliving yourself. You are, and you don't wash or bathe and you don't care about those things because you have TikTok. But there is going to be a day when you're going to have to look at your own shit. You're going to have to wake up. You're going to have to decide that you're a grown woman that wants better for yourself. And because you've got a load of people filling your head and sending you gifts, you think that you're doing right, but you're not. And you ask me why I'm so... good night. Have a nice evening. You have a nice early night. I'm going to carry on though. You asked me why I care and I'm affected. I'm not affected. Somebody said earlier on that your lives are not age restricted, and kids can watch your live. So you may not care, but I care that kids could be watching. Think about your mother. I'm not even going to come at your mother or anything like that. I just hope that one day you wake up and you just go, listen, you're getting a fuck ton of money. Like you say, you're getting £300 a day. And you're not spending it on yourself. You have every single opportunity to, like I say, go out, get a nice bar of soap, fucking spend your money and enjoy yourself. But you don't, because you're still here. But anyway, I don't even want to... I feel like it's wasted energy. I've seen worse, but you go on about her all the time. So let me answer that. You really are obsessed with her? No, she's literally just a subject that's on right now. I could speak about others. I'll happily speak about others eternity. I think the difference is I'm not obsessed with her. I think eternity, you might be obsessed with her. Have you thought about that? Do you think that maybe you have an unhealthy obsession with her, eternity? The fact that you're not willing to call her out if she's wrong. I'd call that an unhealthy obsession. Would you not, eternity? Anyway, double standards. What about CLA? Her live wasn't restricted. Listen, let me tell you this now. I feel the same way about CLA. No one's going to change my opinion on that. 1 second. Let me just reply to eternity because I like her. Subject that's been playing on your mind all day. It hasn't been playing on my mind all day. It's actually something that happened, and it was app based, and now I'm speaking about it on the app. And you know what? Here's the funny thing: you're trying to shame me into no longer talking about the subject. You can't do that. You don't hold that kind of power. So I'm going to keep talking about it. Somebody said leave CLA out of this. Again, CLA's on the same level. CLA's on exactly the same level. I think that she's on the same level as Angie of needing to wake up one day and take a look at themselves. The reason I do speak on CLA. I speak of everyone, by the way. Leave them. The trolls are fine. Let them troll, man. How about Sobriety Jack? What, do you want me to go through every scumbag? Because I can do that if you want. Put it in the list. Sobriety Jack hasn't done anything to me, so I'm not going to go in. But I think that having the name Sobriety Jack is quite disrespectful. Why are you so upset? Do me a favour, love. Go and Google the word upset and then come back and tell me if I'm upset. Billy, is that you, Yad? Yeah, that's me. Sorry, Reese, you asked for an update. There's not really an update. I think you know. I think you know how this app runs, man. I think you know. I'm just calling out the standard circles, Reese, man. It's the standard circles, but the only reason I'm talking on it is because I put myself in a stupid place. Just on who you was talking about, really, fam. It's everyone. Not everyone, but there's low vibrational people who just need to look at themselves, man. Like, grow the fuck up and mate, it's just let me welcome Paige because she hasn't had a.
Who the hell is talking about you now? Because I will go on my backup.
No, nobody. Do you know what? It's my fault. I refired up the live on it because I went to do a little work thing.
Yeah, you need to refire because we was all having convo, Devon. I was doing speech and then Devon.
I feel bad, man. That's what I mean. They're called influencers. Wish I had Supermod. You don't need Supermod. They can run their mouth.
Devon don't like to mute or block unless they're doing too like, you know, overly racist or bad things, guys. It's like me. We like to play with them. Let them talk.
Let them talk, man. It's an open forum. How are you, Patch?
Furious.
What's wrong?
I want to know every single person in that box that said something to you.
Linz.
Ha! Right, because you're still friends with me, honey. Claim to hate us all, but you beg it. Don't. I'll expose the DMs now. Next one.
Curvaceous, bumbleclaw. I don't know. Curvaceous something.
The only thing curvaceous is a fucking reach for bullshit. That is the only thing curvaceous. Round in circles about fuckery. Next one.
Nikki. You know Nikki, innit? I think she was the one that kept saying, I'm a 40-year-old widower. That was her thing to kind of say, he's bullying me.
Honey, we've all got heavy depression and stories. Next one. If you want to talk about it, go into a talk show, darling. There's forums for it. It's not Angie's Live.
Who was the other one that was in the book? Emma something.
Don't know that one. I'll do my research.
Oh, nobody knows them.
Oh, so she's a nobody.
The fact that they sit around with a woman that doesn't bathe tells us all that we need to know. They can't have chat for us.
Do you know what's even worse? Because I don't actually know if anyone knows this, but anyone that's actually got, like, if you study, like, people, guys and stuff like that, I need everyone to know that Angie she may not bathe a lot, like most of us, once, maybe twice a day, but she does actually bathe, right? And her depression that she claims to go on about, she may have certain mental health and certain sadnesses, but the chronic or clinical depression that she claims to be is bullshit. Because what you don't do when you're in such depression is laugh about it, use it for gifts, get the money, buy McDonald's, and then continuously just sit there, chat shit, giggling, and then bullying other people. A lot of the time when you're so down, you have such empathy for other people. That's why you take it all in on yourself and you just can't, you know, talk to anyone or feel like you can't express it. You, my love, you're all being manipulated. Nikki, Emma, all of you that are buying her toothpaste, she's just bulk buying, hun. for the whole 3 months, and now you're all broke. You lot are going to have broken, crooked teeth because she's going to have extra toothpaste. And the worst part about it is she chooses not to bathe or brush her teeth.
So somebody said she tells you what she wants you to hear to get you talking about her. That is the perfect curtain of an excuse. Like, it's so funny, like, because they want you to not know the difference between the bullshit and reality.
Exactly. I've got depression. I've been diagnosed with like a lot of like clinical and chronic depression, right? So there's been times I may have not have wanted to shower for days on end. Do you think I've told you, motherfuckers? Do you think I've sat in boxes when I'm trying to claim to be victim, I'm saying, or claim to talk? Do you think I've told everyone the exact times or moments? Do you think I sit on live and go, not brush my teeth in 4 days? No, because I don't want to, even if I am on live, maybe I'll be doing mask on, mask off. Everyone's depression is different, but guess what's the same? Loads of money, manipulation, and narcissistic behaviour. That what remains the same. We can all have different types of depression, all have different ways we deal with it, but guess what remains the same? And we should not be shadowed by the terminologies of screaming, I have depression or mental health. Let's focus on the actual facts and patterns of behaviour. You've all been duped.
You know what people are doing? They're weaponizing their mental health. And what they're doing is, anytime you have something to say about them, they're using it as an excuse. It's not the same as to somebody who really, you're weaponizing it. It's like Lynn's weaponizes her disability. They all weaponize and use what they're going through. I don't rate it. I don't rate it. I don't rate it.
To me, what does my head in about me is they will pick on all of our weaknesses that we don't put out or may put out by accident due to us being upset, depressed, going through stuff or triggered, right? And then use it against us. But then anytime you say something against them when they're using it as clickbait, because this is what you don't need to realise. And when we say trauma dumping, no one's trauma is bigger or worse than anyone else. But my point is, when it's trauma dumping in terms of manipulation to create a certain conversation or backlash, there's a very much big difference and then a genuine conversation that's naturally leading into that. You
Can
are
I
being
just say, loads of money. That everybody's welcome to come in here. Nobody's been told not to come in here or have a space. Just so you know. Sorry, Paige, go on.
No, don't apologise. I'm just saying, like, as someone, like I said, not only have I gone through it myself, but I've literally grown up with the biggest narcissist around me. So whether, like, you know, I may perpetuate certain behaviour or just be able to be aware of it, as long as studying it as well. Like, just, guys, read books. You don't need to go college or uni to clock on to certain shit. Just read books. Like, and like, do you know what I mean? Just look at yourselves and patterns of behaviour. If someone's claiming and screaming to be a victim, like all of us, for instance, me and Devon, there's been things that people have said to us. We may have reacted in a certain way. People have said, we don't like that. And guess what? For our community, we stopped. Do you understand? We stopped doing it.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very, very true.
You understand? So we're not trying to do patterns of behaviours. I'm not saying that we'll never break into it again because we're human and we've gone through shit or going through shit, but it's not an everyday pattern of behaviour.
Somebody said, listen, I'm not out here claiming to be a professional on depression. And again, that's kind of a deflection. Like, I can have my opinion on depression, but I've never said that. What was interesting is Angie tried to say that I said that you can just snap out of depression. That's not what I said. I said what you can do is you can work on your depression. And that's something that she's not willing to do. Like, working on your depression is bathing, going for a walk, turning off TikTok for a day. That's working on your depression. There's nothing insult in there.
And 100%. And I'm just, like I said, when I say I'm not claiming to be a specialist at all, but there is a difference between someone like Angie that you'll sit there and back, the people that are sitting there and coming for us and backing, right? This is a woman who has not made any effort in terms of knowing herself, going through her own healing or anyone else. When us people, like, for instance, them taking the piss out of, like, Devon's acting career, for instance, do you know how many transferable skills that you get when you do things like acting in social media and public things and stuff like that? Me, I've gone to university. People think I brag. It's something that we're proud of. I've made my effort to go out of the way and study things like human behaviour. So when I'm having a conversation about human behaviour, and Angie is, it's crazy that you guys will downplay us but big her up when we're saying really, really, like, obvious stuff. She's doing everything for shits and giggles. You've seen me and Devon go mad on this app, right, at certain things when we're genuinely upset or pissed off. and then you've seen us cool down, or you lot have had to, like, you know, give us nice messages, or, do you know what I mean, comfort each other, and then normal shit resumes. Every single day, this woman is doing something or pissed off with someone. Me and Devon are just here chilling. Me and Devon had our own beef months ago, and look at us now as normal adults and growth. And not patterns of behaviour or trying to be, do you know what I mean, clouty or clickbaity. It's that simple.
Not that it's not that deep. And I think do you know what a lot of things that happened, Paige? I think a lot of people tried to shame us into not talking about certain things, the race things, yeah. And as soon as it gets mentioned, people are like, you always, and that's a tactic, you know. And don't ever let that silence you from when things are fucked up from speaking that they're fucked up, because all they've tried to do is make it embarrassing to care about racism. Fuck that, man. I don't care what you got to say. If someone's racist on this app, I'm gonna call it out, and you can tell me I'm boring. You can tell me.
And even me, like, look, everyone see me, I've stepped back because people like that and Angie's community, even though I do this in real life and like, it's something that I genuinely care about, I've even stepped back from doing it because it's actually affecting my mental health because of their negativity. All of the good that we was doing has been washed out by their negativity. It's scary. And do you know what, Michelle? I so agree with what you said, yeah? If you was really depressed, not that you wouldn't not press live, if you was really, really depressed and you press live, you wouldn't know that person's really depressed, if that makes sense. The majority of the people that have genuine depression or going through real shit, when they click live, it's mask on.
There's so many, Paige, you can see it. There's so many on the app that have it.
I'm one of them myself. People that know me off app know that I'm struggle a lot. I'm an entertainer on this app. I come on to when I make people laugh and I act like a dickhead and I act like a fool, or I'm doing this and educate, it makes me feel better, and it's selfish, but it helps my depression. I don't sit here every day going, this is what I've gone through, I don't want to be here every day, or let me go and be nasty to every other person. I don't sit exactly for 12 hours a day lapping up all the money, not really being happy about it, like being selfish, not even giving my bloody mother a chip while I'm in the bedroom of our house, right? Doing silly challenges. That's not what depression is. People either do things like, you know, they have a clear thing where they're calling out for help, or you'll never know, or they don't, they're that low where they will never even be able to press live. And that's not just us sitting here saying, oh, blah, blah, that's us. That's me saying I spent 6 years studying psychology and sociology, as long as criminology as well, and people and humans, as much as we're all different, there is very much traits of behaviour, guys. Like, please, wake up.
But do you know what's fucked, Paige, yeah? She must know, yeah? Because you know when you're feeling a certain way, yeah? She knows that she has these issues. She just never addresses it. Like, I'm fucking teaching, I don't know the phrase, but like, what is it? A grandma to suck eggs. Like, you know that there's something wrong with you. You just never ever taken those steps to do anything about it.
And when is that your fault then? It sounds really harsh, right? So the same way, let's just put it back like everyone says to racism. In Angie's Live and the whole cult, everyone was like, oh, if, you know, black people are treated so bad, then just do better. Just put up with rah, rah, rah. So what is the difference in accountability? If you don't want to be medicated, but you're a functioning person and you're aware of your triggers, your issues and your flaws, when does it get to a point where you stop being excused for hurting continuous other people when you're hurting other people and you're aware of it and you take accountability for yourself and you try and get better not only for you, but because you're clearly an issue to everyone else around you as well? Like, when does the accountability take place?
Yeah, man. Boy, it's very... One second, I think Frankie wanted to come up on a memento. Patch, why are you hiding your face? You look lovely this evening.
Oh no, because I've done, like, stuck my hair up now, prepped like the lunches for tomorrow. I don't look the same as I do. You know me, Devon. I've got to keep up the persona now.
Hi, Paige.
Hi, Frankie, baby. No, I'm joking. I will come on camera because I'm having a vape. Guys, I need to have my vape next to me, my poor lungs, and I don't want to get no one's a warning. When these kind of combos, I get really worked up, so I'm like, I need my vape.
Yeah, I know, I've got mine in my mouth. So we're talking about people who are depressed and that. So, right, trigger warning, my mum, I was 15 when my mum did what she did. And I think Paige has just made a really good point about being... And Yeah, I think some people just use excuses on here, like, oh, I drink or I do this or that or the other, and they haven't got a fucking clue. Some people are just drunks, aren't they? Or some people... Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, some people are just fucking...
100%. And like, people can still be hurt in different ways with different issues, but my biggest thing is that all of us have either grown up or been the person that's been hurt and that could potentially hurt others due to the pain that we feel or gone through. Yeah. It takes a strong person to be kind. All of us that are being kind, that's actually a choice when you've been through shit. No one gets that. And that's what makes you a good fucking person. When you choose to be kind, when life has offered you nothing but shit. So my issue is, Angie can do what she likes in her own time, but when she's trying to be an influencer with everyday 2.3k people in there, and she's got that much power that 1 minute, when Angie decides that she likes us, everyone's saying it's cool and there's 2,000 people that love us. But as soon as she has a little breakdown, they're calling us monkeys.
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad, Paige? It's not even on her, because somebody put, you're acting like Angie affects you every day, yeah? Guys, let me assure you, she doesn't. I don't think about that woman until I log on and I see some fuckery, yeah? My issue is this. I don't like her, right? I don't want to see somebody unalive on this app. Like, I can see somebody destroying themselves every single day. And even though I dislike her and I think that she's scum, I've said it, yeah? I don't want to see what's happening. I saw a video of her in the past and she looked like a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
And I this is literally on a human level, and I mean this 100. I turn off the app, I don't care about her. But when I turn on the app and I watch it, I go, wow, you're somebody who's destroying yourself. So I'm not affected. I'm genuinely thinking about this person who's fucking up their life, man.
It's a human thing, isn't it? It doesn't matter who you are or everything. It's just seeing someone in pain and you feel for them. I get that.
And can I be real as well? Like I said, the implication. Me and Tori, and I'll be real, felt duped, right? So we took a lot of stick from a lot of communities when even with semi-trolling her, we generally just thought if we was the trolling side, right, and was in there, and it sounds weird in a kind of babyish way, but she's not going to be doing or saying certain things. Our main thing here is to stop bullshit on this app, right, and stop people, especially, you know, certain communities getting affected. She weren't saying certain stuff and was in there. It's all cool, it's all good, right? There was one time when she'd hurt herself, trigger warning, and me and Torian was legit, like, woken up 5 a.m, like, genuinely forgot about all the bullshit, all the everything, genuinely just saw, like, a woman, a vulnerable woman, like we were concerned. Like, we was upset. I was all like, oh, I was like, maybe I can talk to the police for her. This is how deep me and T was going on the phone to each other and everything, in the live, in our boxes, right? And then she's never done nothing like that for us, by the way. This is just for us being normal people and humans. For her to turn around the next day, call me and Uncle Tom and a poodle and all this lot, like, when I got attacked outside, decided to use it as an opportunity to fucking play the whole thing and make, do you know what I mean, false narratives and stuff like that. And then it gets to a point where it's like, people actually cared for you for a minute. The majority of the people that don't like Delulu, it's not like, oh, random people that respectfully just have never really seen or seen something that's been affected and can get over it. Because, yeah, you can close your phone. All of our mods, majority of them, that have spent money, time, feelings, like, TikTok is real. Like, we're still humans. All of these women that are sat in her lives every day listening to her and helping, they all get fucked over. Like, no wonder people feel like that towards her.
It's mad. But a lot of them aren't helping. A lot of them... Here's the thing. How often do you see her friends disagree with her? And what happens when they disagree with her?
They get yeeted out.
This is what I couldn't remember that night when I came into Michelle's live and I was saying, why do you go into Angie's live? Why does this happen? Why does that? I couldn't get my head around it. Because someone needs to be devil's advocate, don't they? And her mates and her followers or whatever, just a yes man.
Not only do they get yeeted, they get heavily trolled, hoes.
Like, when you have friends, yeah, when you've done something wrong, they'll comfortably call you out, you have your back and forth, and you're friends again. Her friends are scared to ever call her out. Listen, we've seen it with Top Girl, yeah? Top Girl was there for a long time, and she was seeing certain fuckeries going on. And she would be quiet. I'm not going to forget that. But then when she did finally start to call things out, she was gone. She was gone, and she was the up. The same with Paul. I'll even say Paul. As soon as there was a disagreement, you're gone. Anyone who truly disagrees with her is gone. She has yes men around her, and that's it. Nobody disagrees with that woman in there, unless they're faceless in the chat. That they know that she's never going to remember.
But do you know this is why she was drawn to that? You know, like me, you, and Torian, we all had different stages, right? Do you know why she was drawn to us, though? Because we were the kind of people that would keep the views, because it's not going to get boring and be like, yes, man, we can have a conversation without like cussing her out, even if we're disagreeing, but we can also very much give it to her. And that's what brings in the views, is the controversy, it's the back and forth.
Do you know what's really weird, right? There was a point when she goes through the drinking stages and she's like gone a little bit, she had this habit of always bringing me on stage. And I genuinely believe that people like yourself, me and Torian, some of the things that we say that are true hits fucking home.
Sorry, Ema 1111, do never ever at Michelle in your life. Sorry, Devon, carry on.
I think she genuinely hears it, yeah? And in those moments of her being gone, Waku Coco, we're the kind of people that she wants around. That's the maddest thing about it. That's the craziest thing about it, because genuinely, like, me and Angie didn't really fuck with each other, and she brought me up that time randomly when she was going through whatever, and I talked her down, and it was calm. I think Angie hears what we say, and I think she knows it's the fucking truth. And when she is that drunk, it's like it dawns on her and she accepts it, and she wants those kind of people around her. That's the craziest thing about it.
You know what I think is crazy is that Ema 111, like, because the difference is in these kind of lives, it's not a draw out like that, like, no one's going to cuss you, we're not going to make the comments all say bun like they do in their life. I would love for you to be able to jump up and back your accusations towards us, because number one, respectfully, I've gone into her live when there's 3,000 people all coming for me to come in towards how I act, how I talk, my ADHD, my race, everything. And I'm still standing there 10 toes with my opinion. This is why I feel like I can say to you, shut up and don't at people. Because you're giving cheerleader yet again. And this is what a lot of people are around Angie. All of us have gone up in places where it's not our room. Devon, we saw it today.
Yeah, man, I'm comfy in those environments. They annoy me because I want to be able to talk and have a back and forth that gets somewhere. I feel like when it's just me and Angie, it actually goes somewhere. There's a back and forth. But then it's the cult who try to protect her, who don't actually want to fucking protect her. Because if you wanted to protect her, you would all stop gifting her, right? Lock down her lives for a week, 2 weeks, let her sort her fucking head out. Let her sort her fucking shit out without TikTok. But you don't do that.
Devon, we saw that tonight as well. We were camping and I think you were having a discussion with Angie, and we saw exactly what you did. We were like, oh my God, big up Devon. But yeah, no one else will do that.
If you gauge me to app. I don't care that much. App for the cunts. So that's the best name I've ever seen. But like I say, it is an app full of them as well. Like,
listen, this app is sneaky. And Devon, do you remember when I said to you? Do you remember when even me and you fell out? Yeah, and we both took stuff from that, and that's why we're both cool, right? In terms of accountability and like learning as well. Do you remember when you was like, if you reacted too quick to and I was like, do you know what? I did. I did. No, but I'm saying when you say it in a way that you did when we actually talked, I got it. And then saying, do you remember when I said to you, I was like, do you remember when I was like, you're going to be calm? And Angie's like, no. I was like, one day you're going to, do you remember that, right? The thing is, with people like us, people don't like us, and we may not be able to pull in certain views unless you think, guys, we're talking about certain people. But what you need to understand is that a lot of people around us are snaky. A lot of people around us are running into different camps that are talking to shit about everyone and being hypocritical and don't stand on business. Do you understand? So it's like a lot of these people that you're talking about can't put in views regardless, or can't just get simple people commenting love. Whether we've got 10 views or 300, me and Devon can have 20 people in our life, but that's 20 people that actually sit there and fuck with us, right? And love us.
I understand, Paige, that I genuinely, you know, they all go, oh, this amount of views, that amount of views. I genuinely, right, I mean this from my heart, I don't care.
No, same. Do you not remember when I messaged you when the whole power thing was going on? I had 2.5k, and I said I can't stand it. My mod list got long. I got paranoid to fuck. I didn't know who was there for me. When I've got 15 people in my life, they're 15 people that are commenting.
The ones that are always in there.
Right, and it's actually, but the thing is, you come off that live, with good vibes. Do you understand? So it's really not about the views. I would rather always have my small views and people that fuck with me than have 2K people there and 1.8K people are waiting for you to fall.
Somebody said, it sounds like you're baffled how he makes money and you don't want to hear. Yeah, but that's not that's not the focus.
Who said that? Because that can't never be towards me.
Gemini said it. Listen, I don't
Gemini,
understand.
respectfully, I see your other comment about we're holding live about mental health. Okay, Gemini, if you're batting for that side, can you please also go to the Delusive Angie and ask her why, when I came off the app, after I got attacked physically on the internet, and my mental health was heavily affected when I was already struggling. Can you ask her why, when no one played it, not even Pearl, not even EQ played these clips, but Angie decided to play the clips and then turn around and say that I said it was a racial attack when it was nothing to do with race at all. Can you go and ask her the same problems and the same questions? Who are you? My name's right there, my love.
Paige, I would say that nice as well. You never ever means it about anything at all.
Did I ever once, Frankie, say it was about race?
You did, Paige.
Right, so Gemini, respectfully, go and say the most. And in terms of money, you can sit there and say she makes money, but really and truly, she gets money from people that are very much vulnerable. I would rather make very much little less on this app, but from people that are genuine and can afford to give a hand heart if they want to and send some love, then get it from vulnerable people, hun.
Yeah.
I am. You said I'm baffled by people that give to. I am. I'm not speaking for Paige. I am. I don't understand, because what you're doing is destroying someone. You know that you're destroying someone. You know that the more that you do that, she's not going to leave her house. She's going to stay on that app. She's going to continue to have her wine night every weekend. And that baffles me, because you claim to be her fans, but you're happy to see her destroy herself week after week after week. So yes, I am.
Is it Devon? It's not happening at all.
It's not. It's not.
You see, when I've been really depressed, right, there was a time, it was about 6 months ago, and I had a very recent public breakup, right? And I was, when I say drinking a lot, nothing like how she does, but it was like, every other night I was visibly drinking and not in even good spirits, but sad. Like sad drinking every other night, right? My mods weren't sitting there when I was sad going, oh, get this person in. Let's do that. Let's talk that. My mods all rang me, called me and said, if I don't stop, they're all going to show up at my house. There's a very big difference. No one's sitting there judging no one before anyone cries or sitting there saying about addiction or depression, nothing like that. No one's judging or going at once. There's just a very big difference.
So Kelly, you think that you're eating right now by asking me that question? I've answered it bare times. You've not reinvented the wheel. You've not reinvented the light bulb. I thought it was disgusting. Next, nobody is free, yeah, from how I really feel.
What did Kelly say?
She's just trying to here's what she's trying to do, what everybody on this app tries to do. When people are making a valid point about something, they try to deflect with something else and say, what about so and so? What about so and so?
Let me guess, did she bring up tea?
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly, are you asking two black people? Are you making two black people responsible for another black person on the app just because we're associated? Because I don't see the same for you when Alfie was caught talking to a 15-year-old on Angie's stage, or when Captain Zach said the P word very loudly on Angie's stage, or when Pearl was talking very much about monkeys on Angie's stage and they were all of Caucasian. I didn't see you sit in the comments exactly saying the same energy. So I'm just wondering, if we disagree with it and we've actually called our friend out and she's not done it again, no pattern of behaviour, are you doing the same to the racism, homophobia, transphobia, and the rest in Angie's life?
And also, Kelly, like, I'm going to be so real with you. That has affected, like, do you see T here now? Do you see, like, T doesn't come, it affected things. And that's a fact. I'm just keeping it 100% real. That whole situation affected things. Either she doesn't feel comfortable anymore or whatever. So don't come to me talking to me about how I feel about a thing, because I was very vocal about that thing and relationships have changed as a result of that thing. But I appreciate your question. I think, like, it's not even awkward. She might not want to bring her shit round here, whatever, wear tear, but there were repercussions to that event. Pure and simple. You can try and stir, but this isn't the live or the people to do it with. Like, Paige is too smart.
Listen, do you know why as well, Devon, they can't ever chat shit? Because I get with everyone else. Tori may have said certain things. They'll try and do you as a man. But you see me, I'm just a simple depressed girl, yeah? And I've been drunk for drunk with Angie. We've gone bottle for bottle, hun. And guess what? I've not cussed out no one or offended not one community because that's not within my blood and my soul. So none of you can have ever have chat for me when it comes to that nasty woman when I tried to actually be kind to her and you all begged it, followed me and loved me off. Until she said so, you little cult following.
This is what I tried to say today about you and Alicia. Like, you've never ever done anything to offend me at all. And I just treat people like I want to be treated. And if they're kind to me, then I'm kind back. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just treat people with the energy that they gave you. Like, I think people forget that.
A good little chat, man.
I don't offend people. Like, don't get me wrong, I may have offended some people. You see the ones that I've offended, don't give a fuck.
I'm not saying,
Do you know why?
I'm not saying you have, I'm just saying...
No, not you, Frank. I'm talking about communities. If I'm not offending a whole community in general, some people are going to be one or two people are offended. I don't give a fuck a flying toot. None of you got to like me for shit, do you understand? None of you have to like me. But when I'm not actually, when I'm purposely, like I said, I could offend a lot of people. I've got a lot of issues, like I said, with my own mental health. I'm actually diagnosed, right? I don't scream about it on the app. I could have a drink, have a bad day and go mad, especially what I've been through. I could choose, which is easy for me, which would be lovely to get out, to just go mad and probably say the maddest stuff in one of my bad moments. I'm choosing to be kind and I'm choosing to be considerate, which is more of a person than a lot of the people that sit in Angie's lives. None of you that are backing her can have chat for me because you're enabling something. 1 minute she's sad and depressed and an alcoholic, but then you're all like sitting there buying a wine just like CLA. You're all hypocrites, honey.
Somebody said, Delusive Debs, I have a question for you. You said that my mum is on a live with CLA now. I just wanted to know what the correlation is, and then I'll answer it. Because that's why I'm here. I don't want to watch that shit, so I'm here.
Oh my God, my granddad voted to fucking leave Brexit. Am I going to get punished for him as well now? What's the correlation, honey? What's it got to do with the price of milk?
I'm dropping Padge. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I big up Kerry. Canadian Angie confuses me. I don't know what people's views are.
Right, because she begs it, I'm not going to lie. She's probably all right with me. Then I'll say something like this and she's going to get annoyed. What the freaking freak? Because I thought she was hating, not to bring up names, my other brother that you fell out with and all up your peachy peach. And now she was in Angie's box cussing you out. I missed a lot.
She what she likes to do is anyone that says anything bad about Delusive, she's there. I've noticed that recently. I don't know why. I don't really care why. She only listen. I'm not stupid. The only reason that she was semi-cool with me is because it was the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah, she don't business about me. She don't care about me. She only liked the fact that she had someone that could take on NJ in a way that she couldn't. That's what that was about. I'm under no illusions about that. We weren't brethren. But like I say, she chose today to try and cuss my mum because she saw the way that I reacted to NJ, and she hoped. Pardon me. Sorry. She hoped that I would go in on her and tell her SYM. She hoped that I would do to her what I did to NJ Host, and I didn't do that because we're dealing with two different things. But don't think that I can't see your manipulation, and don't think that I can't see your plan. You're not smart. Yeah.
Can I just say, even from when I would say my faults, because even me, when I got really angry in my thing, even I tried to dig out Devon's mum, even though I love me some Angel Goddess. By the way, I knew her way before Devon, yeah? Because she's the OG veteran, never get it twisted. I knew her when I first came on this app. Even me, just to get Diggy, tried to dig her out, and he never broke character in terms of coming the same way back type thing. And that's gratitude. You don't need to actually understand and realise that he's a very controlled man, because you see me, and I'm very controlled.
You know why? I'm going to be honest with you, Paige. Do you know why? Because me and my mum see this app as differently. I don't see the app in the way that my mum sees the app. And there's certain things that if I'm being a buck and I'm staying honest, I don't fuck with. And it's pure and simple. I'm not going to.
No, but that's normal. I'm saying my point is, you see how me, and I get that I'm level-headed like you, yeah. But my thing is, if my mum was on the app, even if I didn't agree with certain things, I would do the wrong and strong. Like, I would be pulling up doing postcodes, is what I'm saying. The decorum would be lost. You do very well. Like, people don't realise I'm saying, like, the decorum you have within just that.
Oh, yeah. I just want to reply to Tina.
Loads of money, respectfully. Sorry, go on.
Tina said, I'll let you go for money next. Tina says, but if we sit and watch someone you don't like, we are enabling. What's your mum doing now then? Okay, so my mum, whether I agree with it or not, likes CLA, genuinely likes CLA. And if you've ever been to one of her lives, which I don't really, I know that she's spoken on a very similar thing to what I'm speaking about of Angie. She sees somebody who is vulnerable and who is getting gifted a lot of alcohol. I think she genuinely wants to help her. There's the difference. And Tina, yourself, and some of Angie's other people are enabling, and she genuinely thinks she's helping. Whether she is or isn't, I don't know. That's for everyone else to judge. But she genuinely thinks that she brings out a different side to CLA, and she genuinely thinks that she's helping, if that answers your question.
She did for a second. Just to go on the back of that, I'm just going to, sorry, because Tina, I'm very defensive of my people. Tina, I'm just wondering, the fact that you're even sitting there now digging out someone's mother is crazy, because if someone mentioned your mum, I'm sure you go mad. Do you sit there and laugh in CLA's live, etc., etc.? Because I've actually got a screen recording, and just because of you, Tina, I'm going to follow you and I'm going to at you. I've got a screen recording of that live, of CLA's live. And there was only 3 people, 10 out of 10K people that I consistently saw that were commenting that much, saying, stop, please stop doing this, please worry about this, blah, blah, blah. And Angel Goddess was one of them. So I'm just wondering, Tina, the same way we have like trauma bonds towards relationships, it also works in relationships like friends. So you can't respectfully sit there and whinge about your ex-boyfriend or someone that you know, or maybe your friend won't leave your man, and then whinge at a woman wanting to help another woman and not actually choosing to be bitter and a bully, because you're calling us bitter bullies. But then when a woman is choosing to actually try not to, even if it's not to her own, like, you know, help, it's the detriment in her, she's risking herself out of the kindness to want to help someone, you're cussing her out. So Tina, do you want us to be cunts or do you not want us to be cunts? I just want to know.
There are some so there's a trait that I've noticed recently. There are some, I was going to say women, but it's not exclusive to women, so I don't know where I was going to go there. Some people are fixers, and they believe that they can fix everything and anything to their detriment. I believe that my mum might fall under that bracket of a fixer, somebody who wants to help people. It's a character trait. Feel free to look it up. That's my response to you, Tina.
Period. I respectfully, yet again, what was his name? Loads of money. If he had loads of money, number one, why do you follow me? Can I discuss this, Devon? Like, because this is mental health as well. This is actually mental health, because you see me, I have severe mental health and I have triggers. Sometimes I may look at my ex's page and get wound up, yeah, so we shouldn't do it. Why are you choosing to follow me if you don't like me? Like, you're actually choosing to piss yourself off on a daily basis. Thank you, guys. It makes no sense, honey. I don't understand why you're doing it. Like, unfollow me. All of you actually do it. It's so bizarre.
Right,
it's always the ones that follow you as well, isn't it? You know, you can see people like sparking up like a post or a live or whatever, and it's always the ones that are fucking following you. Always.
No, you're right.
Yeah, it's like, if you don't have to like me, listen, I'm very annoying. I get that to a lot of people. Right? A lot of my boyfriends, ex-boyfriends told me so, yeah? But my point is to you, if you're not in my guts, you're not in my house, you're not paying my rent, I don't get why you're choosing to follow me around and upset yourself. That's mental health as well, my love. Like, you're choosing to be triggered by your trigger, and I'm your trigger. Just unfollow me, baby. It's okay.
I think it's called the 3 Fs, isn't it? Effing, financing, or feeding. I think
feeding. Yeah. Nicely done.
I was going to say feet, fanny and feet, but that's a scouse wash.
I don't know, man. Again, I'm part of the circle, because I'll come on here, I'll have my little rant. The only reason that this is kind of happening is because I went into that room, what happened. I wanted to speak on it, and other people are fucking streaming my mum and CLA, and I can't go anywhere else. So I fired up my own space. Fuck knows how that's going to go, to be honest with you.
Because you were virtually jumped, Devon. That's why you had to run your own live. You was virtually jumped on the internet by a load of mean old ladies, and you're a man, and you can't even do too much. Like me and Tori, we can have the bitchiness, yeah, and I can call them ugly and like, where's your teeth, and you know, you're aging backwards. But her, if you said anything, they'd be like, a man's attacking me, it's so bad. Like, you have to run your own lives and have your own spaces. You were virtually jumped, honey.
So loads of money. You said that I was okay in the beginning, and it's good that you noticed that. But the reason that the energy changed is because the energy towards me changed. When Linz was jumping in, she was trying to insult me, so on and so forth. And I'm going to be real. When you look like Linz, you can't insult people because they're going to come back and tell you the way that you look. She's cartoon ugly. This is a fact. She relies on relationships with felons. This is a fact.
Can I just say, you know why I back that as a woman, right?
Like,
because when you're not like, I'm not 10-10, but when you're not a 10-10, right?
Yeah, but you're up there.
No, but my point is, and I'm not even that rude. That's my point, Devon, yeah? I'm not even that rude. When people look a certain way, right? How dare you be so rude and nasty for no reason? Do you know the liberty and cheek it takes for someone to be clapped and be rude when people are actually trying to be nice to you? You're bright. You are bright, little lady. Bright.
Hi, Devon.
Hello. You're right.
I seen that today, and I've just jumped in to say that I think the problem is because you come in and you use big words what they can't comprehend, that they just go low. I think that's what it is, because you're quite educated, and when you go in the box and sort of speak, you know, like with how clever you are, I think they just go low and they just can't comprehend what you say, and I think that's the whole top and bottom of it.
I don't even think I'm that smart. Do you know what it's cute?
I just think you've got an intellectual way of explaining things.
Body shaming when? I think people use words. My main gripe is people using words that they don't know the meaning of. They just use it because they use it, and it's out of context, and it really jars my brain.
Yeah.
It really jars my brain. I appreciate you though, Miss QE. I don't like cats though.
Oh, do you not?
I don't. I know this is left field.
Listen, Devon, for a very clever man, you should love all animals.
They freak me. Do you know what? I've had a fear of them since I was a kid. The way they move, right? And there's a thing about like, even when they're kittens and they claw at you. Oh, mate, I just don't trust cats.
Devon, can I be totally honest? I was a dog mum and I lost my dog. It was my absolute world, and because I work such long hours, I couldn't really justify getting another dog, so I got cats. Because you can leave cats for longer, and I do love them.
Cats don't have owners, you have staff, don't you?
Yes, they've got staff. And to be fair, before I got my two, I wasn't really into cats neither.
I love cats.
Yeah. So, but I think that's what it is. I think when you go in there and you're trying to do a good thing and you're trying to, you know, like say something, I think because they haven't got the same intelligence to have a conversation back. Yeah.
Do you know what though? I am held to account, because at the end of the day, when you go into that platform, you know that eventually you're going to hit a brick wall and it's going to go the way it goes. Like the second I started talking, that chat went nuts, and then I just blanked out. Like they do anything to try and trigger you. You know the arena that you're going in, so I'm not.
Do you know what it is though? What I really, really can't understand, and I've been in Angie's life before. What I can't understand is I'll never ever understand the mentality of, say, like Top Girl for instance. Top Girl used to go in Angie's life, but Top Girl never. She was always just herself, right? Angie liked her, all of her mods liked her. As soon as Top Girl and Angie fell out, why do all the mods then have to dislike Top Girl? I don't get it.
They loved Torian, they loved myself.
Yes, I know. Yep. And then tomorrow, if Angie, and I'm only using Top Girl as an example because that's what I've seen, and then tomorrow, if Angie and Top Girl made friends and Top Girl went back in, the mods would like her again. I just can't get my head around it. I don't understand it.
Cheap.
But how can you switch your feelings for somebody like that so quickly?
They
I get
can't.
what you're saying, actually, you know. I do.
They're lying to themselves.
Weird, isn't it?
Top Girl was probably the realest person who was friends with Angie because she always called her out. She always told her she was still friends with who she wanted to be friends with. She always put her in her place, and she probably was the best friend she had.
It's interesting.
It's
You're right, Paul.
confusing. That's what it is. It's really confusing.
Top Girl, right, is, do you know why Top Girl's the only mod that she gets onto the most? It's because Top Girl was her power within it, yeah. Because Top Girl was, she may have like had, because the thing is, with all, like people don't know, even I've got a bit of a dark humour, etc. in my own personal spaces, whatever, like when you're comfortable, yeah. But Top Girl had her own thing where she didn't give a fuck who liked her or not. That was what, do you know what I mean? Whether, like, she could remain friends with certain sides because she would just be open and say, I don't agree with it. I would say it the same way we're saying with certain friends. And you'd have them arguments or whatever, but you can't control it. And then when it got to so far with Angie, you could tell she was getting more and more pissed off because she was going more and more against, there was more arguments, right? And that's why now, out of a lot of her mods, thank you, everyone, you don't need to honestly thank you, she can't stand Top Girl. I stand Top Girl, I swear to God, I've always loved Top Girl, always remained friends. Top Girl is one of my favourite ever fucking people.
That's what I'm saying. She's the nicest person.
Nah, and she is. Not even just come out of Angie's live, but she was one of the people that made it comfortable for me and Torian in the lives, even when it was, you know what I mean, techie. Because even when she was in with Angie, she would be like, oh no, but Paige and Torian, that's right. Or no, Angie listens to them, and calls third. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen, I'm a Top Girl stan.
And do you know what? Like, this is what I've seen happen. I mean, Paige, I was in Alicia's live the other week, and I was talking to you, and you went, I've got you blocked, and I don't know why. And I was like, well, why? I've never spoken yet. And you unblocked us. But the thing is, if you said to Devon now, I don't like this girl, drop her, and you didn't want to talk to us again, I wouldn't expect Devon to say, I don't like her, I'm not going to speak to her again, because you've got your own minds. And I just cannot understand the pack mentality of people, where it's like Devon going to you now, Paigey, don't speak to her again, I don't like her, right? Paigey, talk to her again, because I like her today. It's all right, it's mental, it's crazy.
The elusive Debs is
exactly.
Just making me laugh. The cult are very. The cult intrigued me. I wish.
They did me as well, Devon. They did me.
I wish I could see the other end of the comments sometimes. I wish I would pay so much money just to see who's making these comments and who's standing. I would pay. I'd pay anything.
I'm not even going to lie. I once subscribed to the cult. I'm not even going to lie. And I went in the boxes a few times, and then I just thought, like, I don't understand how you can make it all right for one person to do this, but then if other people do it, the scum of the earth, I just couldn't understand it.
I just don't get how all these people that claim to be one thing, like I said, for instance, not to take it back to the same things, but it's like I said, patterns of behaviour, repetitive is important, guys. Like when, regardless if we was trolling or not, when Angie was in her worst state and she was there trigger warning with BLOOD down her arm and was really drunk and was worrying, me and Torian were genuinely, no trolling, like genuinely worried. Messaging our mods, like genuinely worried in the live, like genuinely worried. The next day talking about it, trying to bring awareness, like genuinely worried. I genuinely even think, like she was even drinking, I don't know if anyone noticed, a little bit less, even for that little month that we was around her. When she had a drink, we'd be like, okay, let's have a drink, Angie. We'd have a wine together. And then I'd be like, all right, cut off time, and we'd just go in, like, have a friendly troll or whatever. But I weren't encouraging her, we weren't encouraging her, neither were our mods. Does that make sense? But when we're all hurt, and when I was attacked, or when this happened, she doesn't care. She made a segment on me. She made a whole segment on me when I was like, and this weren't a TikTok thing. I didn't go live for this. Thank the Lord I was live, because that's what saved me. I happened to be live and something really traumatic happened. I've never been live crying the way I was crying, being that vulnerable. I'm not like that. I don't ever do that much, right? And she saw my weakest moment, not me being loud and bitchy. I came off the app for the first time. I've never done that in my whole, 4 years on this app, right? Yeah. Didn't want to speak to no one, weren't talking to no one. She was plaguing the screen recording that one of the Delulu people fucking had on my live of me screaming in pain and crying my eyes out.
Yeah.
So what? Like, when are you not going to realise? Stop sitting there fucking whinging at me, Torian, Devon, Alicia, NJ, any of us. Stop whinging to us about Angela. We can have a conversation about anyone else, right? And I will listen to you and play devil's advocate. With that woman, you're enabling it. Everyone's sitting there as well at Michelle. This is another thing I'm going to like mention. The movie didn't like Michelle because Michelle didn't want to sit there and would either be with someone else on the sniping side, gifting money, right? Or because she has a certain thing, a mouth, and will sit there and back herself and don't want to peach lick, right? You're talking about body shaming. I saw a lot of you talking to me and Devon. Did you not see what she said to Michelle? And made 2,000 people in a live as well, over and over in the comments say to Michelle, well, also, what Michelle's been through on the app.
When did I body shame? This is another thing that I heard. Like,
no, they say when we're calling them ugly or when I say skin like this or whatever. But I will body shame her. I will body shame that rake right now. Like I said, guess what? Because it's beat for beat on this, right? Did you all see what she said to Michelle? Yes or no?
No, I didn't.
And made thousands of people say. And everyone saw what Michelle had gone through and a lot of other women on this app. And you all sat there and giggled and laughed. So don't sit there and whinge at me because I called her a skinny rake or say that she's fucking aging at fucking 25 years a fucking day because of her own bullshit and hatred. When she's calling every single woman on the app the most disgusting thing. She's calling every man. The only people she protects are pedlos and wrong-uns.
Yeah, I totally agree. And do you know what it is? I'm going to be totally honest. I think our problem with Michelle is if Michelle gifts somebody, then she'll go at it because Michelle's not gifting her. And I think that's a problem. Like, you're gifting them and you've got a child, but if Michelle went in her life and sent her a uni, it wouldn't be a problem.
Do you know another thing that I want to quickly wake up is her use of Sam Walker. Yeah. Now, Angie, I don't know if you remember this, Angie was talking the most about Sam and his treatment of the dog. Let me wake this up. She was saying it was his fault. Let's not get this fucking twisted. She was saying it was his fault. He doesn't know about the dog. She went in on that man. And then I watched her the other day say that she never ran polls. She never did these things. She's always been... She thinks that she has an attack dog.
Yeah.
Let me remind you of that. Do not think that because you've seen him do something with Corey, that he belongs to you and that if you gift him, he's now your little attack dog. No. Because I will have no problem in finding those videos and bringing them back up. Don't think that you're going to use people to your advantage. She's so fucking fake when it comes to certain people. She thinks she's smart.
And do you know what it is as well, right? And I'm probably going to be really, really unpopular here. You might even drop this from your box. I think Corey's just young and he just tries to be funny and be clever and be... And yes, he is vile, Devon. He is vile.
How old is he, darling? How old is he, basically?
I think he's in his 20s, I think.
Was he 20...
I just think...
How old? Does anyone know exactly how old he is? Because it's important.
I don't know, and I apologise if I'm going like...
No, don't ever apologise. That's your opinion.
I do, but I just think he's trying to be clever.
Okay, so baby girl, let me just say one thing to you. Like, on a devil's advocate, yeah? I get what you're saying, and people can be immature and stuff, but he boasts and brags on the fact that he's had a good upbringing, he's been brought up around money and good morals. That's number one, right? I've been brought up on trauma and PTSD. I had a baby at 17. When I was 28... I had a 9-year-old and I'd been paying my own rent, all my bills and working a full-time job since I was 17 years old. And still not...
Can I just tell you, when I was 28, I had a 13-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. So my point is, though, darling, if I'm doing all of that, right, like I said, the people that have gone through the most, I don't think people realise that are nice. They're not nice because they're just, wholesome, lovely people. They're actually good characters because they're choosing to not use their trauma and hurt other people. Not everyone has to hurt people, right?
No.
But Corey is choosing to be hurt. He's silver spooned, my love. I'm not saying that he's not had, certain things or he may not have mental health. But when you've got more facilities and a lot of people and awareness and a lot of love to help it, he's got a lot of love than a lot of us. Like, I'm a very small creator compared to them and him.
The other thing that I'll say, Miss QT, and the reason that I would disagree with you is, have you seen Corey's behaviour since Sam Walker?
Yes.
Right. Would you say it's exactly the same?
Yes, I think it's
Okay.
arrogant. But you know what? I have got to say, everything when I look at it from like a mum's point of view. Like
Yeah.
I do look at like from a mother's point of view, because like my son's like 35 now, and I
Yeah.
do look at it like you're just trying to be clever. I did think he was trying to be a bit evil, queeny. Do you know what I mean?
So from a mum's point of view, I'm going to put this to you. From a
I
mum's
was
point of view,
absolutely
if a man
annihilated.
said to your son, yeah, I have the capability to pew pew. I have that capability, and your son had all the repercussions of that man, and that man says, I did this to you because you act this way, and your son, when that died down, went back to being the cunt that he is.
Yeah.
Would you appreciate that of your son, or would you want him to have learned the fucking lesson from that man?
Right, I've got to take back what I've just said, because I'm
Yeah, can I say mum to mum though, right? Mum to mum.
my
Forget
son
about
would
what you've
never
done with the
do
Sam
that.
Walker thing, yeah? If your son, right, you went through 9 months, right, of that hard pregnancy and all that labour, and you pushed out a big moon-headed boy that sat at 28 years old and chooses to publicly humiliate women for no reason,
Yeah.
would you be proud, or would you grab your kid by the ear and say, do you think I'm giving you another penny? Fix up your comment, right? Would you not be like, no, we're not going to do that?
No, and do you know what, Paige? You're totally right, and you've totally shut down what I've just said. You're totally right.
I don't, not even in a mean way, because I gave Corey a chance. I joked around with him, baby, and I said, send me a 2K gift and we'll be friends. He did, he was joking, and then he matched me because we was friends. He grabbed me with Angela and Ems 2 days later, and they all heavily, viciously attacked me.
See,
I don't see everything. Like I do like 12-hour shifts, so like I miss a lot.
good.
And I just see certain things, like I'm at work a lot, so I only see certain things. I just think that he was trying to be like, you know, like a bit evil queen kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I just thought, like, you're just being a bit clever, you're going too far. But yes, he has carried it on, he has. But I don't
Can I
know.
ask you a question, QT?
Yes, you can. Do you know what, Paige? My name wasn't QT. My name was Rebecca, but I changed my name because everybody on this app my name is Rebecca, and everyone on this app who is nasty is called Rebecca. Because when you go in anybody's life, they go, was it Rebecca such and such? Was it Rebecca such
No,
and
I feel you. I actually, names carry
You know
weight.
what
Do you
I
want me to call you
mean?
Rebecca or QT?
Rebecca, you can call us
Okay, Rebecca. So if you had a friend,
It's the name
right?
of me cats.
If you had a friend that you knew, right, and they really liked singing, but they were really, really bad at it, and their dream was to go on X Factor, would you encourage them and
No,
stand
I'd
at the
just say
sidelines of
no.
X Factor, even though that you know they're going to do shit?
No, I would just say, listen, sweetheart, like, don't do it. You love
Right.
singing. Come and
Yeah,
sing in my
he's not
house, you
EQ,
know.
babe. He's not EQ.
Yeah.
He's what he's trying to be. He's not, right. The same way some people ain't runners, some people ain't footballers. Whatever he's trying to do when he's hurting other people, there's no excuse. If he's trying to do something which is even worse, to be honest, off the back of wanting to be like someone else, it's kind of embarrassing.
It is, yeah. I totally get it. Totally get it. But I only jumped in because obviously I seen today's thing when Devon went in. I just thought it was like, they can't argue with you, so they go low. Like, mentioning like, well, what about EastEnders and stuff like that? I'm like, why do you want to go in on people like that? Why do you want to do that? And you know the other thing with Angie as well, which I find like really disrespectful. She doesn't have children, but she's got so much parenting advice, and I think she tries to tell. And I said this in Alicia's live. I'm not sitting here trying to say I've got like a black best friend or I know all about the black community. I don't, right? But she tries to liken somebody having a go at her SH to somebody being racist, and I don't think that you can do that. I don't.
Yeah, she compares a lot, don't she?
I don't know how you can compare SH to somebody being racist.
I just think everything's bad, right? That's why we shouldn't compare. There's no compare. It's kind of like saying that one C word disease is worse than another C word disease.
No.
Yeah.
And there's not. They're all devastating. They're all traumatic and they're all horrible. But different people, unfortunately, have different versions of it. And there's different things of different people. Do you understand now, Rebecca? That's called clickbait. That's called when she's rage baiting.
Yeah, I do understand, and I just don't. What I don't understand is how I couldn't come in your live if you were having a conversation about how somebody had made a racist comment. I couldn't come into your live and say how that made you feel, because I don't know how it makes you feel, because that hasn't been done to me.
It's because you're a good human. And this is what I always say to people: education is nothing to do with math, science, and fucking.
No, and do you know what?
It's common sense. You've got that. It's common sense, and it's empathy.
I've learned a lot. I have learned a lot I watch you. I watch Torian. I have learned a lot.
Big up Torian.
Right? And do you know what? To be fair, if I was, this is going to sound really bad. If I was Torian and somebody went in at me, I would go low as well, because I would.
Period. Say it again for those in the back, honey.
I would, because I would do that. If my mum was not here anymore and somebody went in and said something to me,
would you not want to like go the lowest of the low, like you've never gone before?
I would go lower than low.
Right. Thank you, honey.
Do you know what it is? I could never say what I would do.
Can I just ask though, is people trying to drag tea again or something?
No.
No, we're just showing.
No, she's just catching flowers out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's ad libs. It's love ad libs, right, man.
Listen, I'm on smoke. Y'all know that tea's my girl.
Yeah, Roadman, I spoke to you the other week, I think in Alicia's comment, Alicia's box. No, I'm just saying that if I was Torian, if somebody had went in on me, I would have went lower than low. I probably would have went lower than Torian. Yeah.